Hello, welcome to our channel. Thank you for those who are coming back to listen, and thank you to each new listener. We appreciate that you're taking time to listen to the Dhamma and learn to integrate it into your daily life. In a recent talk, my last talk was on right effort. This talk is on mindfulness. I didn't have time in 10 minutes to elaborate very much about mindfulness and like to take this opportunity. So in the last talk, we concluded that mindfulness is what right effort looks like. It's not necessarily sitting on a cushion for long hours or other activities we might engage in, thinking that we're practicing correctly. So I want to start this talk with the words that I used at the conclusion of the last talk. These are recorded as Buddha's last words. All formations are subject to decay. If it's a thing, if it's a thought, an emotion, a whole universe, or an atom, whatever it is, if it's a thing, it is born, it stays around for some time, it passes away. We suffer when we cannot allow things to change. We expect things to remain the same. We're disappointed, heartbroken, angry, depressed when changes occur that we don't want to occur. And the second part of the statement is bring about completion by being mindfulness. As I said in the last talk, completion is the end of the cycle of rebirth. It is our return to a state of Buddha mind, Buddha nature, pure mind, the pure land, Dhamma land, nibbana, liberation, whatever word resonates with you, by being mindful. So, what is being offered as mindful practice in the West very often is more or less pay attention to what you're doing. Try to stay in the present moment. Watch your thoughts, watch your speech, and watch carefully what actions, activities, events that you engage in. This is good, this is helpful, but it's not the practice of mindfulness as taught by Lord Buddha. The second portion of the definition of mindfulness is by engaging in clear comprehension. So just briefly, a little bit of my biography. I spent 5 years in Thailand starting in 2014, and the first 3 years I was practicing a form of Vipassana meditation. It's a Burmese style of meditation, and you name in your mind everything that you're going to do and everything that you do. When you reach out to touch a glass and lift it and drink from it, you say the words reaching, 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 touching, 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 drinking, 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 etc. So it helps bring the mind back to the body. And the body is something that's substantial, and it's something that we can work with as we're beginning our practice of the Dhamma. So I did that more or less for 3 years, averaging a minimum of 12 hours a day, always alone, in a little cabin or in a cave. And from morning to night, I talked to myself about what I was doing, including trying to watch as best I could what was going on in my mind. I never was very good at that part of it. those first 3 years. What I did not understand, or what I was not taught, or what I misunderstood, if I was taught, was this part that includes, this is not me, this does not belong to me, this is not myself. I'd like to digress for just a moment. I mentioned that these words, all formations are subject to decay, bring about completion by being mindful, are recorded as Buddha's last words. The recorded last words of Jesus Christ were, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. So this is forgiveness is not a word that we find too often in the Buddhist teachings, but it's essential to our practice that we forgive those who we feel have injured us. Holding a grudge, holding on to a past memory, which is only a way of suffering, is something that we're doing as a self-torture. So the forgiveness is that we forgive ourselves for not knowing better at any moment in the past or possibly in the present. When we remember loha, dosa, and moha, moha is ignorance, and it's the ignorance of the Dhamma. So whatever karmic event may be arising at any moment, it's the result of seeds we planted in the past, and we have to forgive ourselves for planting seeds that are now causing us to suffer. That's the real forgiveness. It's not just forgiving someone who we feel has betrayed us. When Jesus was praying the last night of his life, the devil came. Remember, the devil is unwholesome thoughts. It's unhealthy thoughts. It's things that keep us out of the Dhamma, out of wisdom. And Jesus said, where do you come from? And the devil said, I just blow to and fro across the land. I mention this because we think we make our own thoughts. We do not make the thoughts. We are kind of a receptacle. We're a receiver. We're a radio or some other kind of receiver that is tuned into a frequency where negative, painful, or hurtful thoughts can arise. So as part of our mindful practice, we're waking up that these thoughts have arisen. They arose because we weren't mindful. We didn't catch them soon enough. They are the fruition of seeds that we have planted in the past. We forgive ourselves for that mistake, and we see how essential mindfulness is so that we don't continue to plant these painful experiences that will bear fruit in the future. So, in the practice of mindfulness, we're always disassociating ourselves with whatever is going on in consciousness in that present moment. We must declare over and over and over relentlessly, this is not me, this does not belong to me, this is not myself. We're not denying the event, we're not denying the memory, we're not denying the emotion that we may be feeling, or denying that these thoughts have arisen. They arise uninvited. They come into our mind whether we like it or not. What we are denying is they're not happening to a person. So a real mindfulness practice includes, and it's essential, that we never hold on to any kind of thought, even pleasant thoughts, even thoughts of Dhamma, even any teaching from the Pali Canon. We see it arise, we take it as a blessing, or if it's an unpleasant, unwholesome one, we see its nature, we just watch it arise, we watch it pass away, we don't get involved. Thank you so much. Thank you for making it to the end of this talk. May it inspire you to continue awakening to the pure Dhamma, which will always be a blessing to you. Thank you.